This month, Life Insurance Strategies Group is in Mexico City, and we're talking about intergenerational split dollar. Now, we've covered this topic before, both in the video blog series and in our written blog series. And in fact, in this month's written blog, we're talking about intergenerational split dollar, giving you a definition of it. So definitely go read that, come back, watch the video. Now, in the video, our topic today is a very specialized part of that intergenerational split dollar structure, and that's the note that goes back to the lender of the money to the trust. So usually that's the person in generation one. And in a lot of examples, they say, hey, this is the grandparent that's lending money to an irrevocable trust that will then use that money to pay for premiums on policies on members of G2 to benefit future generations in that family. So it's a fantastic wealth transfer tool. But when that loan is made to the trust, a note is made back to the lender. And of course, because these policies are purchased on generation two, it's going to be many, many years before those policies pay out, probably long after the lender or the grantor of the trust has died. And so what does that mean for the note? Well, in intergenerational split dollar, because that note's going to be around for a very long time, you get to discount the value of that note. So let's say that you've lent $50 million to that trust, and you've gotten a note back for the $50 million. Well, those policies are going to be in effect for probably 40, 50, 60 years even in that trust. So there's probably a very large discount to take. And you hear, depending on that time span I just gave you, perhaps a 65% discount might be right. And this is where things get murky. So there's not really clear law on this yet. And anytime you deal with the IRS, a good focus for them when they're auditing is on discounting. So whether that's maybe you're discounting moving family property or business interest, selling that or moving it into a trust, there's always a form of discounting, and that could usually or sometimes be under attack. So here with this intergenerational split dollar note, we're talking about, okay, first of all, what's the proper discount? So make sure that whatever discount that you're using, that you have that well documented how you came to that discount. Then next, what happens to that note? And this is where things are even more unclear. And there are some attorneys who have come out recently, and I think they have some very solid guidance on this. But at its core, that note, it becomes an asset of the estate of the person who made it, right? So that G1 person that's lent the money to the islet and they've taken back that note, that's in their estate. So what happens to their estate? Well, that note, maybe it's left to other family members, maybe it's left to a trust, but that note is an asset. And how it's dealt with is pretty important because it's valuable, but again, it has to be accounted for because it was used in the split dollar transaction. So what we're telling you at Life Insurance Strategies Group is definitely, if you're going to do an intergenerational split dollar, is you seek the advice of a very competent law firm, usually, a big law, what we call, when we say big law, we mean the top law firms that have a lot of experience with estate planning and have dealt with intergenerational split dollar. Because what we're seeing is intergenerational split dollar increases someone's audit risk for the IRS. And if you've read any of the court cases on this structure, you know that the structuring part of it, having everything well documented, is key. And that includes documenting that receivable. Now remember, at Life Insurance Strategies Group, we don't sell products. We help our affluent individual and corporate clients make decisions involving complex life insurance transactions. If we can be of help to you, reach out to us at lifeinsurancestrategiesgroup.com.